Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Luke Bradford, and welcome to my ranking of Metallica's albums, including 72 Seasons, the new one. And changing these to favourites and these favourites, as that's the way I do things. Although S&D were. I could just keep S&D because I think it's no, but that feels more object. Okay, I'm just gonna favourite. In chronological order, Kill 'Em All. Bit of a mixed bag for me. Like a few songs on it, but nothing spectacular. Like Motor Breath and Motor Breath. No Remorse. I mean, I like No Remorse, but it's not really. Yeah. I. Seek and Destroy, actually. I am not the biggest fan of that song. It's actually one of my least favourites on the album. But what Kill 'Em All does have is it has Phantom Lord, which is which is in my top 5 Metallica songs and one of my favourite songs of all time. Fall to your knees, bow to the Phantom Lord. But overall, I think it's B at best. Just due to the fact that it's a mixed bag. And honestly, yeah. Ride the Lightning. Escape. Escape is the only Metallica song I genuinely dislike. Like, it's the only Metallica song I don't like. The only Metallica song I think is bad. Even then, you look at the rest of the album. I do think the album is overrated, to be honest. Like, it's not one I revisit very often. For Whom the Bell Tolls, I prefer the Sabaton cover. Fight Fire with Fire is pretty good. Fade to Black. Now that's a song I would only listen to for the solos. Similar to Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Yeah. Trapped Under Ice is my favourite song on the album. And underrated song, definitely. I actually think it's better than the popular songs now. Creeping Death. Yeah. Great riff, but it's just one of those songs that doesn't do much for me. Call of Cthulhu is a masterpiece. All in all, another mixed bag, but I would put it in C just because, well, for one, it's only a 9-song album. It's got less songs than Kill 'Em All. And yeah, a lot of the songs just aren't that great in my opinion. Master of Puppets. I feel like I'm going to need another tier hit. But Master of Puppets is Battery I could take or leave. Welcome Home Sanitarium I could take or leave. The title track is, well, yeah, I think the title track is a bit overhyped, but it's still great. Orion. this is going to be controversial, but I find Orion boring. Like, yeah. I'm sorry, but I do. I find Orion boring. Um, Leper Messiah, I think, is better than it's made out to be. Um, Disposable Heroes. um, Forgettable outside of the back to the front parts in my bits of the chorus, in my opinion. And this Damage Inc. Damage Incorporated is my favourite song on the album, and even then, probably isn't in my top 30 or 40 Metallica songs. But B for me. I I find Unjustice for All extremely boring out of the title track. I I mean, even I mean, even the band themselves said the songs were too fucking long. And another thing, I cannot stand the sound of the album. That guitar tone is. The guitar tone hurts. The guitar tone hurts. It, Blackened is alright, but for me it's the only good song from the album. Well, yeah. Well, sure. Yeah. Well, I, I guess I don't mind Shorter Straw either, but yeah. Ironically, not the shortest song on the album. Yeah, but yeah, but it is shorter than most of the other songs. Is Shorter Straw the shortest song on the album? I don't know actually. It might be. I mean, I know it's shorter than the majority of the other songs. And Justice has two songs that are almost 10 minutes long. Yeah, I just find the album boring. Can't stand the guitar. Can't stand the guitar tone. It feels empty and hollow. My least favourite Metallica album. I hate it. And one of the most overrated albums of all time, in my opinion. The Black Album, on the other hand, A. The only song I'm not a big fan of on Black Album, well, two songs. Holier Than Thou and Don't Tread on Me. I can't really explain why. Holier Than Thou's alright, but for some reason, Don't Tread on Me doesn't. Like, I can't really explain why I don't like Don't Tread on Me. Aside from that, I love the album. It's got uh, it's got possibly the best production on any metal album. Well, some of the it's one of the best produced albums of all time. It's got classics like Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, Sad But True, Through the Never, of Wolf and Man, and My Friend of Misery and The Struggle Within are super underrated. It's a classic. Uh, and to be quite frank, I think the people I think the people who say there's nothing good after Justice for All don't know what they're talking about. I think they're just elitist gatekeepers who, uh, for elitist gatekeepers who just don't want to, elitist gatekeepers. I think everything after the first 4 albums is brilliant, but the first 4 albums themselves are mixed bags. Like, I wasn't born in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't have the nostalgia. Um, yeah, I don't have the nostalgia. So I wasn't born with. The first Metallica album released in my lifetime would have been St. Anger. Yeah. Masters. Um. Yeah. And I disagree with pretty much all the criticisms everything after Justice gets. I mean, Metallica made the Black Album because they felt, yeah, because they felt the songs on Justice for All were too long. Um, One of the reasons, anyway. The classic albums. If the classic albums episode for the Black Album is my source there. Anyway, Load and Reload, 2 albums that don't deserve the hate. I love every song on Load. It is my favourite. It is one of my favourites. And Reload, yes, through it. There's no. I mean, I love every song on those 2 albums. Like. Like, yes, and before 72 Seasons came out, I, like, for a couple of months straight, I had the memory remain stuck in my head. Da 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Great song. Dance, little thing, goddess dance. See the outlawed, yeah. Yeah, St. Anger. I love St. Anger. It's the only album I've ever listened to that has a 4-way tie for my favourite song from it. Some Kind of Monster, Unnamed Feelings, Shoot Me Again, and maybe 5-way tie or 6-way tie. Purify, Invisible Kid, St. Anger for the title track, obviously. Heck, maybe even Frantic and All Within My Hands. Maybe even the entire album is tied for my favourite song on the album, basically. So how can it not be in my favourites? And I disagree with the criticisms. I've heard songs way more repetitive than the songs on St. Anger, and I don't care about repetition in the first place. Nor do I care about production / mixing. So you could probably see where the rest of this tier list is going now. Just joking, yeah. Also, the snare on St. Anger doesn't sound that bad to me. I know people. Yeah. I know that's one of the main criticisms, but it honestly doesn't sound that bad to me. Like, once you once I actually get, yeah, No, I often don't notice it anyway because I'm so into the music. uh. Oh, we the people. Yeah. So, yeah, I love Santanga. Sue me. Actually, don't. I can't afford. Yeah. I love Santanga. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love that album. But not. Sorry, dry throat. But not as much as I love Death Magnetic. You probably saw that coming as soon as I said I don't care about production or mixing. Death Magnetic in favourites. I love every song on the album. All 10 out of 10s in my opinion. Unforgiven 3 is my favourite Metallica song and has my favourite solo of all time. Has my favourite guitar solo of all time. I mean, you've also got songs like The End of the Line, All Nightmare Long. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down on that. Yeah. Some of these songs are so good, I just have to sing part of them when I mention them. My Apocalypse. The Judas. The Judas Kiss. If I can remember it. Exorcist. No. Demons. You don't exist, you cannot, you can't resist, but Judas Kiss, oh Judas, down, 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 down. Ah, such a good song. Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. I will say that whilst I think The Day That Never Comes is not as good as the rest of the album, it is the opener. Not that makes a difference, but I do still quite like it. I just like the rest of the album more. Like, hardwired to self-destruct. Hardwired to self-destruct. Self-destruct. Hardwired to Self-Destruct, another album of all 10 out of 10s. And they're bits. Yeah. Also the yeah. Cthulhu awaken, dreaming no more. Yeah. Quest to find faith in mankind. Yeah. Oh, I love the album. I love Hardwired so much. It is a masterpiece. I mean, honestly, I think Death Magnetic and Hardwired tied sort of. I mean, they're just masterpieces. The Hardwired in particular, I mean, but just an album that flies. I mean, the title track is one of Metallica's shortest songs. Like, I think it's actually I think it actually is their shortest song. I could be wrong. No, I think or is it Bad Seed? These about 10 seconds shorter. No, 2 seconds shorter. It's either 10 or 2 seconds shorter, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hard by the title track is their second shortest song, Hard by. Spit Up the Bone is one of the heaviest songs they've ever written. I know I'm saying a lot, and I apologise, but yeah. Halo on Fire, Dream No More is another one, their Cthulhu saga. Atlas Rise. Atlas Rise. Amongst a load of other really good songs, Man Unkind, for example. like, like if you ask me, yeah, let me rephrase this. If I had to give an example of why I like Hardwired so much, I would just play Man Unkind. No, Man Unkind, Spit Up the Bone. Like yeah, I play my top 5 for the album. Oh, 72 seasons. It's only been up for a couple of days, but I literally waited until midnight for it to come up, and dilly-dallied for a bit. Like, because I couldn't decide whether I wanted to sleep, then listen to it the next day, or just listen to it. So just listen to it. I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't go to the listing party. It was in all these cinemas. Yeah. I didn't get the sort of sneak preview of the entire album. But I stayed up until midnight, waiting for it to come up on Spotify. It's well worth it. No exaggeration, one of the best albums I've ever heard. And I know I've only listened to it once, but immediately my favourite Metallica album. And yeah, every song on it is a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. Like, it's everything about the album is amazing. And my favourite songs on it include Inamorata, Sleepwalk Through My Life. No, Sleepwalk My Life Away, that's it. You Must Burn, If Darkness Had a Sun, the title track, Screaming. Every song on the album is tied for my favourite song on the album. Again, Lights and Tank. Like, I disagree with all the hate it's getting. It's an absolute masterpiece. If they have it, my ranking of Metallica's albums in the tier list, and I am, okay. Breathe. I refuse to apologise for my taste. I just don't think the 80s albums are as good as they're made out to be. Like, I think they're all mixed bags. Well, apart from Justice, which only has like one good song in my opinion. 1.5, I'll say. Because I guess Shorter Straw is alright, but aside from Blacken, that is as far as I've got. Blacken's good, but Shorter Straw is the only other song I'm not even really praising it. It's all right. Uh, I mean, Jesus, people criticise the new albums for being long and repetitive. They're not, but they idolise Justice. I mean, the average length for the songs on Justice is like 8 minutes. I know Inner Murata is 11 minutes long, but it does not feel. It only feels about 5 minutes long. It is amazing. Also, yes, Inner Murata is Metallica's longest song to date. I have to admit, I was surprised when I saw it was 11 minutes long, but it just flew by. And I mean, my favourite song of all time is Iron Maiden's Empire of the Clouds at 18 minutes. So, yeah, so it's not like I've never. Yeah, so it's not like I. Yeah, so it's not like I don't like long songs. That would have been better if I'd said that when I was talking about Justice. But yes, it's not like I don't like long songs. My favourite song of all time, as I've just said, is 18 minutes long. And here you have it. There you have it. I just felt like doing this after reading some of the comments on in Avarata. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Yeah. Basically, were heavily dumping on the album and the songs, and I think they're all wrong, to be honest. I know it's all opinions that, but they're stating their opinions like it's fact, and don't get me started. I hate the kind of people those kind of people. Like, and there's one thing I can't stand is the fans who. Yeah, it's the fans who have to hate everything after Justice. They are like they are some of the worst fans in the world. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Not gonna bother with my outro this time. um, for the for the simple reason that it's just it is getting a bit like asking people to subscribe and like and subscribe and that. I know it helps, but it I want I want to be different, if that makes sense. Like not the kind of not the cringy kind, not that different is cringy. Different is good, but not the trying too hard kind of different. Not the intentionally. I can never remember. It's like contradictory, where your opinions are the of where uh you intentionally hold the most unpopular opinions. I can never remember the word, but that like contradiction. Not intentionally being. Oh, what's the word? Contradictory, like I can't help having so... I can't help having so many unpopular opinions. I can't even explain. It's just part of who I am. Sometimes it just feels like a curse, but recently I've just decided that I've got to accept it because it's part of who I am. And I'm not going to apologise for my strange taste. I am proud of being a strange person. It's not a bad thing. And it's good strange. Like Doctor Strange. I love Doctor Strange. A Multiverse of Madness is a great movie. Thank you for watching and goodbye.